Vi Stančić, MMA Novosti. S nama danas je poznati sudac Grant Waterman. Mr. Waterman,
Hi.
so the audience of the Europe knows you very well. You're one of the top European MMA referees. You've been dealing justice, if I may say so, in Cage Warriors, BAMA, UFC, FFC, and everything. Many other organizations.
The list goes on and on.
The list goes on and on. And now you're going to be in Serbia on the event Collision Fight League. So, what are your expectations of this promotion?
Well, I was here in, I think it was around 2008. I helped to get professional mixed martial arts legalized and accepted in Serbia. The sport has moved on incredibly. It's evolving all the time, as you know. We've got K1 kickboxing tomorrow and mixed martial arts. I think the level now and the knowledge and education of the fans has both grown to a stage where Serbia is really ready. It's like a pressure cooker. It's been bubbling away. You know, people around here, they're warriors. They've got a great history in combat, and I just think they love to see fights. And like I say, the education, the training is at a level now. We're going to see some real good quality. And Nikola, the promoter, Collision Fighting League, he's put together for the first show a truly international fight card. It's got a great flavor.
Yeah, I agree on that. I have heard that the venue in Hala Pionir looks astonishing. It's gonna be, I personally expect, a great show tomorrow.
Yeah.
You've been attending the weigh-ins, you've been commentating that. We saw some fireworks between Vaso Bakočević,
The usual, yeah.
The usual, so, and Tonči Peruško. What can you say about? Can you please say something about a few matches in a top of the main card?
Okay, well, let's start right at the top.
Yeah.
We've got Tomasz Chavinsky versus Duran. Darko Dusic. Sorry, my pronunciation is terrible.
It's getting even better and better.
But this is Tomas's last fight, Chavinsky's last fight. He's taking on what is, without a shadow of a doubt, his toughest opponent. Darko is just so dangerous. I think if Darko wants to go further, he should drop to light heavyweight, 93 kilos, because of his reach, his height. He's given away a huge size advantage, but we've seen him do that in the past and destroy people. But that's going to be a fascinating one. You know, the fans love to see the heavyweights. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. So that's going to be fireworks. I'm not going to make any predictions because, you know, I've got to remain neutral as a referee. The next fight down from that, the heavyweight kickboxing fight, again, big guys. And these guys don't travel from Greece, Montenegro, blah, 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 France, to come here and fall over. You saw how serious the weigh-ins were on the stage. The stare downs, I mean, this is intense and you can feel the atmosphere. So I don't think there's anything I can pick out of the fight card apart from the main event. If I'm honest, someone's going to sleep. But I just think the whole fight, you see the girls as well, how intense they were. And one thing I will say, female MMA in the last 10 years has evolved at such a fast rate. The girls really have got to pat themselves on the back. We see it in the UFC, the quality, but on the other shows around the world, these girls really are well-rounded mixed martial artists. So I always look forward to the female fights now as well.
Okay, now you talked about Darko. Let's talk a little bit more about him. He's 25, if I'm not mistaken. He's probably one of the biggest talents in Europe in MMA, in heavyweight category.
Yes.
What do you think? Your prediction? How many fights he needs more to get into big league, into the UFC?
Well, I think there's... Okay, let's just break this down, go back a little bit further to individuals. It's not necessarily wins that get you noticed, it's performances. And I think although Darko he's a force to be reckoned with, he's very, very, you know, his record shows that he's destroyed some great people. I just think he needs to up the personality angle. And maybe at times his cardio could be better so that his work rate is better. And if his cardio is better and he threw down with the confidence that he can do that for 3 and 5 rounds, he would then go to the next level. Then the UFC, Bellator are going to come knocking on his door. What these other promotions are looking for, apart from somebody who's going to sell tickets and put bums on seats, you know, is this personality. But for someone like Darko to compete at heavyweight in the UFC, look at the size of some of these guys. They are huge. So he needs to decide, if he dropped to light heavyweight, the door would be knocking sooner. That's my advice.
Yeah, I agree, because Darko grew up training judo.
Yeah.
And if you see his fights and his record, I think that he's got only 2 wins by submission. Everything else was by knockout and TKO. Yeah. He's got that power, boom, yeah. Good night.
And he doesn't mind, when he fights, he will take 3 punches or 3 or 4 to land one of his own. He is a warrior. And you see some of these guys, one thing I like about him, he looks great. He's great on a poster. You know his face, he looks like a Terminator. He's got that sort of crow crop sort of look, you know, good looking mofo, you know, with the muscles. And a lot of these guys with the muscles, they turn up and they're useless. Yeah. He looks like a Terminator, and he is a Terminator. So he's a crowd pleaser.
His record shows all. So I said this will be the first Collision Fight League event. What do you think? Do you have some information from the inside which we would like to know? How many events will be scheduled? Do you know maybe anything about that?
Well, you know, for the first event in Serbia to be on television is a feat in itself. I mean, they're not starting off small. You know, this event, the production is one thing. They're really gearing this. They've got a good business plan, and they're not gearing it just for a live audience. They're gearing it production in the arena, but also they've got, I think they've got 16 cameras filming this tomorrow. HD, slow-mo cameras, everything for the replays, etc., etc. The editing team is going to produce a fantastic spectacle on TV. This is going to draw fans in for future pay-per-views. One thing I do know, there's an arena here. I mean, I don't want to give away secrets that I shouldn't do. You've got a 20,000-seater arena here. Next year, that will be used for Collision Fighting League. So, seriously, the fans here in Serbia and across the Balkans, this is a seed that's being planted that's going to grow a huge tree. It really is.
So we can be happy that we're part of this project from the beginning, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we're here when they lay the foundations. And you see, you know, I mean, I won't blow smoke up my own arse, but, you know, Nicola, the promoter, he's got guys like me on board to tidy things up behind the scenes, keep it professional, and maintain the integrity of an organisation right from the beginning. And I would say that in the past, perhaps there's been a bit of dodginess, a bit of corruption on some promotions across different parts of the world, including Serbia. But this is one thing Nicola's very aware of and wants to maintain a global reputation, and something that people across the world can see this as a genuine professional organisation. So that's I'm happy to be involved with someone like that, you know.
Mr. Waterman, thank you so much for this interview. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
And you know, I can talk all night long, you can probably tell that.
Well, you're the perfect co-worker. I don't know the better word in English because my English is not so.
Okay, so we'll see the fight fans at the Hala Pioneer tomorrow. You know, it's going to be a fantastic show. Be there, don't miss it.
Thank you so much, sir.